What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a big drop in Gundam news. But before I begin, please check the upload date of the previous video, and please check the community page because the last video that I did on Gundam news was filmed before this big drop. So if you're asking why it wasn't there, that's why. So yeah, check everything, check the time, check the upload date before you comment, or else you'll just appear like an idiot. Here is the stuff that was announced in Gundam Dosa Shanghai last night. The Gundam Seed Project Ignited project. So Gundam Seed is basically getting a revival. So what we are gonna be expecting is gonna be a new MSV manga, which we're gonna be focusing on later, and we do have a movie for Gundam Seed, which supposedly takes place after Gundam Seed Destiny, so expect Jesus H. Christ to return to the series. So I'm not too sure how that's gonna unfold, but who knows. And also we're gonna be getting a game for Gundam Seed. I hope it's not gonna be another Uruzu's Hunt situation where it is being made in development hell for 3 years only to have like a turn-based RPG. I really hope it's kind of like Extreme Versus kind of style, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's basically the rundown of the Gundam Seed Project Ignited project. Let's move on to the big news, shall we? We are going to be getting a new MSV project for Gundam Seed called Gundam Seed Eclipse. So this is the poster over here. I really can't show it because of dimensions, but yeah, I have the full photo on my community page, so you can take a look at that. This is going to be a new manga as far as I know. So yeah, a new manga, new comic series will be beginning in July of 2021, so basically a month later. So for you guys who are Gundam Seed fans, hop on this as soon as you can, because yeah, this is going to be an entirely new story that takes place between the two main animated series, Seed and Seed Destiny. To take a look at the blurbs here, CE72 was a new era which would be called the Two Blank Years. Some also call it the time of peace on thin ice, and others call it the break before the oncoming frenzy. This is the story of an interval, a story that takes place between two large wars in which members of a hollow unit known as ODR risked their lives. So yeah, a whole new Gundam Seed story that is basically interwoven between Seed and Seed Destiny. I don't know what the hell Jesus is doing in these two periods when there's a war going on, but I guess less Jesus the better, okay? But let's move on to the main mech over here, the MVF X08 Eclipse Gundam, a custom mobile suit developed in secret at Orb. Its most prominent feature is its ability to transform from a flight form to an MS form. It is also equipped with a Mirage Colloid function, and it is armed with functions specialized for ODR, an organization that excels in covert operations. 2 units have been confirmed to exist. I don't know where they are in Seed Destiny, but hopefully they explain that in the near future. Maybe both units are destroyed by the end of this. I don't know. So this is the Eclipse Gundam in official line art form, and to be honest with you guys, the more I look at it, the more it looks freaking like the Strike, but retold by ODR. Okay, so yeah, the Eclipse Gundam. I'm not really too sure what to think about the line art form of this. Its intercompatibility between Striker packs basically points this out as another freaking Strike. The difference being it transforms into a warship. Now this is definitely what I do like about the Eclipse Gundam. Unfortunately though, there's not going to be a high grade for this as of current. I'm going to talk about that later on. But the alt mode over here, it's hard to break the disguise of this. Like the head, although you can see the goatee and stuff, it's still very well hidden. Like in first glance, it's basically like a warship, which we don't really get too often in Gundam. And in terms of alt modes, because the last one I remember it being the Heisen Layer 2 Raw TR6. So you can mount some cannons on top, and yeah, this is basically just a Gundam warship. Maybe you can make Gundam's version of Metroplex if you fancy. Now here are the character designs. Tatsui Hori. He's 17 years old and of course a male, an ODR MS pilot, basically the pilot of the Eclipse Gundam. He has average physical strength, IQ, and other skills due to being a naturally born human being, so he is a natural, but somehow displays skills that serve as coordinators when piloting the Eclipse Gundam. So it's either going to be like the Iota Gundam's case or the XS Gundam, as you guys may know of it, the Alice system, or maybe he is just a natural with latent coordinator abilities. If it is going to be a system, then it will make sense. However, like a system with a drawback at the very least. But if it's gonna be kind of like that cliche thing of having naturals but not being a natural, having latent superhuman abilities, then yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna have another Jesus Yamato in our hands. Moving on, here we have Miyabi Otokyo. So I hope I pronounced that right. So she's 19 years old and the commander of ODR. She's a coordinator, which is a coordinator commander, which I don't know a thing about, but first time I've ever seen one, because I never seen Seed or anything related to it. But anyways, she's a coordinator who has various extraordinary abilities, but is pessimistic about the current social situation due to her complicated upbringing. She's a free thinker and an achiever despite growing up in a wealthy family. So she's not going to take anything for granted, which is nice. Moving on, here we have Ken Norton Seuss. So he's 18 years old, an ODR pilot who is a coordinator, exceptional IQ, physical abilities, and MS maneuvering skills. He has withdrawn himself from the war between naturals and coordinators. And why did he pop up now? I don't really know. Maybe some of you guys can look deeper into this and allow me to understand better, because I'm not really the best when it comes to speaking and understanding deeper lore. So an introduction to the ODR, which is an acronym for the Our Disaster Relief Team. So as it says here, it's an organization officially named, a very long name. It takes up an entire line of text. It is referring to ODR. The team is ostensibly an organization for international cooperation and contribution, takes on a wide range of missions involving medical care, education, technical exchange, and international goodwill. They're also called the Orders, since they are dispatched all over the world for missions and run around to fulfill troublesome tasks every time they receive orders. So they're basically just a team on call. Now here we have a kit for the Eclipse Gundam, which I'm going to talk about here, the Master Grade Eclipse Gundam. Now, if you guys remember the mysterious Master Grade that was slated for an August release for 5,000 yen, this is it, the Eclipse Gundam over here. It looks extremely detailed. It has quite a bit of decals. I bet they're going to be water slides, but yeah, considering the cheap price, maybe not. And of course, it has the transformation mechanic into the warship mode. So it's going to be, yeah, as I did say, August release for 5,000 yen. So, yep, it is a pretty good option to go for in August. Unfortunately, it's a Master Grade. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Master Grades, as you guys may know. I have trauma, like unresolved trauma regarding Master Grades. But, and yeah, I'm resolved. So why? I want a high grade of this thing. Like, seriously, I don't care if the transformation is parts formed or whatnot. I just want a version of the Eclipse Gundam that can fit into my collection. Whatever. Master Grade fans, you guys can like set your sights on this if you do like the Eclipse Gundam, because as far as I know, the design of the Eclipse Gundam is basically very, very controversial among my circle of friends. Not only because it is a MSV suit that is being put in the retail market, also kind of like a weird design. Like, not a lot of people are a fan of the spiky aesthetic. It's spiky but bulky. At first I really do like it, and not really too much, because like the weapons, of course you do get twin rifles and some sabers, and of course you do get these shields that can generate beam blades, kind of like, well, the Build Strike Galaxy Cosmos. It's kind of in a teetering between a weird middle ground for my liking of the design. However, I do absolutely like the mobile armor mode. So if I'm ever gonna get this thing, I'm gonna treat this thing as a warship and never transforming it again after I put that on my display, because warship, haven't seen that in a long time in Gundam as alt modes. So yeah, pretty unique to say the least. And of course, this thing being a quote-unquote derivative of the Strike, you can equip quite a bit of striker packs, including the shoulder bits of the Launcher Strike and the Sword Strike. Okay, you can also equip the rifle of the Gundam Zaku Warrior, and of course the L pack. And no, this is the silhouette pack. This is the freaking 4th silhouette. Yeah, you can equip all types of packs. So you can equip the silhouette packs, striker packs, and I remember there's the 3rd type of pack that a description has described. I forgot about that, but they did explicitly mention that not everything is compatible. So you will need to do the testing for yourselves, but as of now, we are able to confirm that the Sword, Launcher, Ale, or basically the Perfect Strike pack, the 4th silhouette, and the Gunner's Like a Warrior backpack are all compatible with your Eclipse Gundam. Yeah, if you take a deeper look into the capabilities of this thing, weapons are sophisticated as hell, the design is controversial to say the least, and the mobile armor mode is basically the de facto form that I'm gonna go for. Don't know about you guys. And of course, over here, Bandai has the balls to announce that there's gonna be a premium Bandai expansion pack that is gonna be available for the Eclipse Gundam later on. Looks kind of like the Kalavich pack, but it looks like something from Princess of the Sky, if I'm honest. But I don't know. So that's gonna wrap it up for me. Tell me in the comments below about your thoughts on the Eclipse Gundam, the new MSV project, and the entire project as a whole. And would you pick up the Eclipse Gundam? I'm interested to know. But personally, if I'm not offered it, I'm not going to be reviewing it. I'm going to keep it in the warship if I'm ever going to pick this up. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more Gunpla reviews, Gunpla news, and all that kind of stuff. Turn on notifications for future content alerts if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.